This tallit was made for me by Kimmy Pollinger a long time ago. And it's very personal. And so when I put it on, it really has a very deep personal meaning to me. So I would say if you have the opportunity to either make or have made a personal tallit, that's really special. So I just wanted to show you my tallit. So when I was a midwife delivering babies, when a baby would be born into my arms, I would say to the baby, Brucha at bevo'ech, Brucha at b'tzeitech. And that's also what I said to my father when he passed. And that's what I have on my on the atara. Most people have the bracha, but that's what I have. Brucha at bevo'ech, Brucha at b'tzeitech. Blessed are you when you come, blessed are you when you go. And then in the four corners, I have the four people in my family. So this is, my daughter's name is Ayala, and I have a deer. And this is Morningstar, and my husband Howie's profile. And this is me, the willow tree. And my son Jonah is a dove, and he's on here somewhere. So when I take my tallit in the morning, my kavanah is that I'm wrapping myself in the love of my loved ones and the love of God. So if we take it together, if we want anyone who doesn't have it on yet, and we give a little kiss. And I always take a moment inside here where I just feel like I'm covered with my blankie and quiet with God and with the universe. I say, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'hitzatef b'tzitzit. And then we take the four corners together and we bring together the four worlds, the four corners of the earth, the four people that we love, all the fours that we can think of. Here's my son Jonah. So then, now T'fillin are so special for so many reasons. And there's a midrash that when Moshe came down from Har Sinai and the horns of light were coming out of his head, that he had T'fillin on. These T'fillin that I have, I just inherited from my father. And what my husband Howie said to me this morning at breakfast was just really beautiful about the imperfection of the perfection of the imperfection. So as women, most of us didn't get T'fillin when we turned bat mitzvah. And if I had, I would have had those T'fillin, and they would have been very special to me and reminded me of my bat mitzvah and all that. But here I got to inherit, before my father passed, I was using the T'fillin of Howie's grandfather, Rabbi Morningstar, which was also very, very holy T'fillin. These T'fillin my father put on every single day of his life. So when I put them on, I'm getting his energy. It's really special. So we start with the Shel Yad, and I just want to do this little kavanah that when we have these sacred tools that we've been given by our tradition and our holy wise ones, it ties us not only to all the Jews in the world that are putting on T'fillin at the same time, but to all the Jews who ever put on T'fillin. And there's the thing about the sacred acupressure spots, and I have an article if anybody wants afterwards about some acupuncturist who did the sacred T'fillin spots. And the rabbis say it combines the mind, the heart. This one's by your heart, the body, and then I think when you have the tzitzis in the other hand and the T'fillin in this hand, this is the soul, and we put it all together. It's like holding onto the reins of the universe. Okay, so we take out first the Shel Yad, and that's the one that has more string to it. So if anybody hasn't done this, and it's the first time, this is a very holy moment, and we'll do a Shechayanu at the end, okay? So you take it off, you open it up, and this is called the bayit, the house, you give it a little kiss. Inside here, inside the bayit, who knows what's in here? What prayer? The Shema. So if we were given the charge to to make a time capsule and put in it something really short that everybody could learn, all kids could know. And we would say it over and over in the morning, whenever we pass through a doorway, when we travel, when we're at home, we tell it to our kids, we do it before we go to sleep. What would it be? It would be the Shema. We're all one, and what is the one? The one is love. Like Rabbi Levi was saying yesterday. God, the way I see God, is the flow of love that connects everything and enlivens everything in the universe. And that's what the T'fillin does. That's what the T'fillin reminds us. And as Reb Zalman talks about foreplay, that we don't just jump into prayer. We need to prepare ourselves. And part of the foreplay is the sacred bondage of the T'fillin. And this ties us to God and to our people and to our tradition and to that flow of love. This is what it's about. It's all about love. So we take the shell yad and open up the little knot and put it on so that this piece that has a little thing to it goes down. And if you don't get it exactly right, that's okay too. So you put it like this, and then it tightens around the back. And I'm just getting used to my dad's tefillin. It was Pesach, we didn't use them, and then I was in an Orthodox shul and I couldn't use them. So I've only used them a few times. I'm just getting used to them. And so you wind it so that it holds, and then on the arm we do 7 wraps. And you can count 1 to 7. You can do Abraham, Yitzchak, Yaakov, Sarah, Rivka, Leah, and Rachel. You can do Roy G. Biv if you want to be wrapping a rainbow around you. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet. So the rainbow themes. So you do the 7 wraps, and 7 is because 7 is completion. 7 is everything. 7 is a very mystical number. And then with the leftover, you wrap around the wrist. And you tuck in so it doesn't bother you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al lahaniach tefillin. Okay, thank you. Okay, then the shel rosh. Now the shel rosh, if you look carefully at the bayit, you'll see there are 4 lines. Because the shel rosh has every place that the Shema and T'fillin appear in the Torah, there are 4 places, and in the shel rosh, they're divided into little compartments, and each one is in a separate compartment. In the shel yad, the one by the heart, they're all together. So it's a lot. I mean, I could talk for a week on T'fillin, but I only have a few minutes, so I'm just giving you a little taste. So you take the shel rosh, and the shel rosh goes right here on the forehead, between the eyes, at the hairline. And they're called totafot. We don't really know what totafot are, but they go right here. And then we take the 2 strings and they go down each side of our bodies. How am I doing? Thank you. And we say the bracha. And I like to touch this because I'm imagining the energy going from the front to the back. And when I do this on my deck, when the sun is rising in the morning, I like to put the sun right here, so the rays of the sun just go right through my head, in the front, out the back, and then down each side of my body. So we say Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu al mitzvah tefillin, on the mitzvah of tefillin. Then we go to the hand, and we wrap the hand. And when we wrap the hand, we say a bracha that goes like this. V'arastich li li'olam, I betroth to you forever. V'arastich li b'tzedek mishpat chesed v'rachamim, I am betrothed to you in justice, in loving kindness, and in womful compassion. V'arastich li be'emunah, and truth. V'yadat et Adonai. So those are all the qualities of love, and the word v'yarastich comes from the same root as eros. So it's really in there. It's all about love. We're wrapping in love. So we take the tefillin like this, go around these 2 fingers, v'yarastich li li'olam. Then this one finger, v'yaras sichli b'tzedek mishpat chesed v'rachamim, v'yaras sichli b'emunah. We come around the palm, and this part I always have trouble with. You're supposed to make a shin here. If you can't do it, it's okay. Just wrap it around your wrist, v'yadat et Adonai. Okay, so with the winding. Okay, so sure. Okay, so you have it around your palm. It's on these two fingers, the third and fourth fingers. Higher. Okay, I'm rising up, doing my eating thing. Okay, all right. So these two fingers, around these two fingers. Thank you. Then around the one finger, and then it comes down to the palm, and like this. And as you wrap the wrist, you're supposed to make a shin. Do you have anybody who has a shin? Hold your hand up. That's how it's supposed to look. And then when you have it all on, you take the tzitzit of your tallit, and I just want to tell you, in my experience, when I do this, and I have my tefillin on, and sometimes even when I'm unwrapping and I'm just holding on to the bite, these are the times when I feel like the insights, the visions, the angels, the connections really come to me. It's almost like Pavlovian, that when you get used to the routine of doing it, when you see the tefillin, when you feel the tefillin, when you open the tefillin up and take off the covering of the bite, it connects you. It connects you. It's really, really powerful. So I bless you that anybody who hasn't taken it on, you don't need to take it on all at once. You can take it on for once a week or Mondays and Thursdays, or take it on slowly. It's a beautiful, beautiful practice. So anybody who did it for the first time, if you'd like to join me in a Shechayanu. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shechayanu v'kiyamanu v'higiyanu lazman hazeh. Mazel tov, all of you.